You're watching the Blintz.
We made this for you, if you are a Jew, and you can't stand people who are shitting on you.
Disclaimer, anti-Semites on the show resembling despicable humans living or dead are a coincidence. Just a coincidence, just a coincidence. Cause we all know cartoons are totally fictitious.
He loves Qatar. He hates the Jews.
He loves jihad.
He is fake news.
He thinks the IRGC is just misunderstood. He thinks America's bad and terrorists are good.
He's the fuckiest fucker that you've ever seen, with the fuckiest guests who are stupid and mean. When you hear the fuckiest fucker, by far you'll know you're tuned into the world's worst podcast, the Focker Snarlson Show.
Welcome to the Focker Snarlson Show. I'm Focker Snarlson, obviously. I mean, it wouldn't be a show without me, since my name is in the title. Today on our show, we have English singer-songwriter, musician, and controversial political activist Rover Wettbut. Thanks for coming on my pathetic show, Rover Wettbut.
Yes. Well, your pathetic show is one of the few who will have me, because of the you-know-whos.
So, Rover, let's get right into it. You're a smart guy. 9/11?
That was the Jews in disguise.
And 7/11?
Also the Jews in disguise. They frustrate me with those broken Slurpee fountains.
Of course. And who do you think did October 7th?
Jews in disguise, naturally.
So you're saying it wasn't Hamas, which is the elected terrorist government of the Palestinians in Gaza, that stormed the border of Israel, murdered all those innocent people in cold blood, screaming Allah Akbar?
I already said Jews in disguise.
So you're saying that wasn't the Palestinians?
Of course not. The Palestinians are a peaceful people. It was the Jews in disguise. Focker, are you disagreeing with me?
Palestinians are very peaceful. In fact, they gave me a ride when I needed it. I was in Israel. For some reason, Jews wouldn't give me a ride. I can't figure out why they don't like me. No, I'm definitely agreeing with you. October 7th was the Jews in disguise.
Don't touch me again.
Sorry. Look, we have footage. Damn it. Clearly, the Mossad has hacked me because that was supposed to be a Jew under there. Are you paying attention, audience? This is fascinating. The Jews are obsessed with me. Every time I put a fitted sheet on my bed and the corner pops up, that's the Jews. Or when I need to change the channel on the TV and I'm comfortable on the sofa and the remote is just out of reach, that's also the Jews. I'm telling you, they're out to get us.
When I need to jot something down and every pen I pick up doesn't write, that's the Jews too.
Naturally.
They're also obsessed with me. They won't leave me alone.
Damn Jews. You know what else they do? When you're in a public restroom and the faucet has an automatic sensor that won't come on right after you put soap on your hands, no matter how much you wave your hands under the sensor, that's the Jews. And then when you tell them, hey, Jew, why are you being stingy with the water? They just go apeshit and accuse you of being anti-Semitic.
Right on.
They're just so sensitive about everything, it's not like I'm trying to kill them.
They're always in an uproar over me. Just because I support the Islamists who wish to genocide all of them. They're like, blah, blah, blah. If they kill us, they will kill you next. We simply won't know if that's true until it happens.
Right, so it just makes sense to give those Islamists the benefit of the doubt. They seem like nice guys. Now I'd like to introduce our guest, the fascinating American actor and activist, Ruffruffalo. Down, boy, down. Let's keep it civil. Easy. Easy. Good boy. So Ruffruffalo, as an American actor, is clearly qualified to speak on the conflict between Israel and Gaza. Let's hear his hot take.
I have friends who want me to believe that everyone in Gaza is either evil or a human shield. I can't buy it because I know, as a white guy living in America, that Arabs are just a bunch of dark age retards who can't be held accountable for their dumb decisions. Everyone knows Jews have brains. So you want to tell me those Israelis can't stop those Arab retards who love death? I'm not buying it. Focker, anytime I put on socks, suddenly I step in water that wasn't there a second ago. That's Jewish technology. I don't know how they're doing it.
Mark, I'm just going to play devil's advocate here. Do you think that wet spot on the floor could be from your drool?
No way, Focker. I'm not buying that. It's definitely the Jews. For those of us who understand Jews control the world, it is so obvious that those Israelis have secret magical Jew technology to fight the violent Arab extremist retards without using any violence. The Jews are just pretending they are like the rest of us and can't figure out any other way to fight a war because their goal is genocide.
Of course, that's obvious and makes so much sense. And now for our next guest to continue this extremely intellectual discussion, we've got this Arab musician activist guy from Syria, Avi Hamseen. What can you, an Arab from Syria, tell us about the Jews, Mr. Hamseen?
Well, to start with, I'm a Jew, not an Arab. A Syrian Jew from Syria.
You can't be serious. That's not a thing.
Sure, it's a thing. I'm a Syrian refugee who was kicked out of Syria by Jew-hating racist Arabs, and I fled with my family to America. Also, I'm actually a lawyer. Musician is just a hobby. Thank you for having me on this pathetic show of yours. I might be the only guest you've ever had who is actually qualified to speak about this topic. You, Rover, Wettbut, and Bark Ruffruffalo sound like a bunch of morons. First of all, Ruffruffalo should be ashamed of himself. Palestinian Arabs aren't retards. They're people with a belief system that differs from yours and mine. They are fully capable of making decisions just like anyone else, and a lot of Arabs make decisions that I don't agree with, that I happen to find racist, like kicking me when I was a child out of Syria just because I'm Jewish. Second, the Jews aren't responsible for every annoying, insidious thing that happens to you. That's just life. All that stuff you whine about happens to Jews, too. I have to get up from my comfortable spot on the sofa to get the remote control. I also have to go through numerous pens before I find one that writes. Also, Israel doesn't have some magical power to extract terrorists from hundreds of miles of underground tunnels without destroying the buildings on top of those tunnels, which is why the terrorists built the tunnels in the first place. Hamas is a terrorist group. They terrorize everyone. Palestinians, Israelis, Americans. 46 Americans were killed on October 7th, and 12 were taken hostage. You people sound like a bunch of racist, Jew-hating morons. And you also hate Arabs, too.
I am not so sure you're more qualified than Rover here to speak on this topic.
What can you possibly know? I'm the real victim here. I struggled to obtain hotel rooms in Buenos Aires, Colombia, Ecuador, Montevideo, and Quito because the Israelis are out to get me. You Jews have blackballed me just because I stand with terrorists who want to murder you. It's not fair. I am just a peaceful man who opposes war and stands together with ordinary people.
But you're not peaceful. You literally just said you stand with the terrorists who want to kill all the Jews. You know, just maybe the Jews haven't blackballed you and you couldn't get a hotel room because you're a controversial person who creates security risks, and also you're a smelly dog and most hotels don't allow dogs. Did that ever occur to you?
Well, that's just some fucked up bullshit. Stop covering up for the Mossad.
You know what, Rover, Wettbut? Your music sucks, your ideas are stupid, and you suck. In case you're confused, the Jews and Israel aren't going anywhere, and Focker, your pathetic show sucks. The only reason I came on the show is to tell you you're both demented people, demented person and demented dog? Whatever. You're totally obsessed with Jews. It's like a sickness. We don't care what you think of us. We don't need your approval, and I didn't come here to seek it. I came here to say you don't deserve a platform because you are both giant losers. I love this country, but you're anti-American.
Right, and we are anti-Semitic. Is that what you're going to say?
Fuck you.
I told you those Jews hate me. Why? I just can't figure it out. Well, that's all the time we have today on this week's Focker Snarlson podcast. Thanks for watching. Next week, we interview people on a new topic, the Jews.
He loves Qatar. He hates the Jews.
He loves jihad.
He is is fake news.
He thinks the IRGC is just misunderstood. He thinks America's bad and terrorists are good.
He's the fuckiest fucker that you've ever seen, with the fuckiest guests who are stupid and mean. When you hear the fuckiest fucker, by far you'll know you're tuned into the world's worst podcast, the Focker Snarlson Show.
Leave the Jews alone, you dick-stained doofus terrorist groupie grifter.